Westlake High School, I'm Michelle Corey.
And I'm Ruby Darwish, and this is the WHBS TV Friday Morning News.
The 2020 to 2021 yearbook is currently being put together.
What can we expect from this year's yearbook?
So it's still going to be the book that you usually get, except the theme this year, it's going to be more based around social media and like streaming platforms, because that's what everyone's been doing this last year.
This year we'd also like to have some input from the student body on how we should fill up old pages that will be gone, like homecoming dances and such.
So Yearbook Club is really fun, and it also looks good on your college app because it shows leadership.
If you're interested, you can join the Remind Code, and we'll be sending out a reminder next time our meeting is happening.
Our first meeting is scheduled right now to be Wednesday, November 18th.
I am Megan Wagger with your weekly sports update. Congratulations to girls cross country for winning the SWC championships undefeated. And congratulations to Sarah Peer for being first team all SWC and for setting the record for third fastest Westlake High School time at SWC. Sydney Peer is now a two-time first team all SWC runner. The boys cross country team took an overall fourth place in the SWC. And congratulations to KJ Mueller for taking a third place as an individual and earning first team all SWC. Congratulations to girls soccer for an astonishing 10-0 victory against Euclid, putting their record at 6-8-3. They move on to play Avon in sectionals. Congratulations to boys soccer on claiming their victory over North Royalton on Sunday. The overall record is now 8-5-2, with their first playoff game being tomorrow against Midview. Boys football suffered an agonizing defeat, losing 24-40 on Friday. Their current record is 3-5.
Varsity volleyball team beat Valley Forge Wednesday 3-0. They move on to play Medina in sectionals tomorrow.
I had a chance to talk to girls cross country team about their outstanding season. How do you think that you got to be number one in SWCs?
We had a lot of new runners coming into the high school this year. They really set our team apart from everyone else, and then just the teamwork from us and the other upperclassmen working with them and showing them how everything works. Our top 7, which is all freshmen and 2 sophomores, they're moving on to districts, which is this Saturday.
What type of weather is the worst to run in?
Heat. I'd rather run in the snow.
What was your most difficult track to compete in this season?
Olmsted Falls, it had just rained and it was super muddy, so everyone's shoes, they were getting sunk into the ground.
Welcome back to Movie Talk. I am Mason.
And I'm Andrew, and today we're reviewing The Shining.
The Shining is a 1980 film directed by Stanley Kubrick about a writer named Jack Torrance who heads to the isolated Overlook Hotel with his family for the winter, where an external evil presence forces the father into madness, putting his family in danger. He can have a happy look about him, but then he can also real quickly change that to a sinister look.
Wendy, I'm home.
Something interesting I noticed about Kubrick is that he used to be a photographer first, and then he was a director. This influenced his choice in lighting and lenses and composition. I noticed on some of the maze shots he used a really wide lens, a 9.5 millimeter. So this really emphasized how big the hedges were and really made them imposing.
Kubrick also really likes to use symmetry.
For example, in the scenes where Danny is riding through the hallways and you have leading lines that really guide your eye to the middle of the frame. In the scene where Jack talks with Grady in the bathroom, we cross the 180-degree rule. Basically, it states that the cameras should be put on one side of the actors during a dialogue scene. And this kind of helps you as the audience get a sense of space. So by breaking this rule, they can disorient the viewer. As the camera changes in perspective, Jack kind of changes perspective too, as we discover that Grady was the caretaker, but Jack is talking to him, even though he shouldn't be alive. Kubrick was one of the early innovators of the Steadicam. Some of the slow-moving shots with the Steadicam gave us an omniscient perspective, and it added to the feel of the movie.
So the sound design in the bike scene is also really, really cool. And it really immerses you into this environment in the hotel.
So I thought the ominous and haunting music really added a lot. And I heard that Kubrick first wanted to do it electronically, but then they decided on making their own score for it, but it's more classically motivated.
It was a set that really immersed you in the environment, and it wasn't too busy, but it was really satisfying to look at, very picturesque.
When Danny's being explained what The Shining is in the kitchen, we see knives placed above his head. This can signify the impeding threat that the hotel poses.
Another thing is every time that there is a ghost in this film, there's also a mirror.
This might be Kubrick's reflection on the evilness that can be presented in humanity.
My favorite scene, I've settled on the hedge maze chase. Overall, I would give this movie an 8.5 out of 10.
My favorite scene was the ballroom scene, and I would rate this movie a 10 out of 10. This has been Movie Talk with Andrew
and Mason.
In addition to joining the AP classroom, students and parents must complete our electronic AP acknowledgement form that explains exams and fee schedules. The form is required for students that are taking AP courses or independently studying for an exam. This form is due by November 1st. Please reach out to your AP teacher or Ms. Slitton with any questions.
Spanish Club will be having a meeting Monday, November 2nd after school at 1:15. They will be celebrating Day of the Dead and decorating an ofrenda. Please join the Remind to receive updates and the virtual meeting link. Congratulations to the Westlake High School Marching Band. They put on one great show last Wednesday at the stadium.
This has been Ruby Darwish
and Michelle Corey with the WHBS TV Friday Morning News.